So after taking the projectors, again you have to name the points. So again you will be giving the names here from A1 to this, from A1 dash to A1, it is A1 here. So this would be B1, this would be C1, this would be D1. Similarly you have A, B, C and D here. So you will have O here and O1 here. So once you do all these things, now the observer is going to see the top view of this object from here. So when it sees from here, it will not be getting some of the edges visible. So first of all, you have to understand the procedure that you have the 8 corners of the solids here, and this O1 are the auxiliary corners which are there for the axis. So first you have to connect all the outer borders. So outer borders you have to connect by thick line. So go to line and you have to connect this A1 to B1, B1 to C1, C1 to B, B to C, C to D, D to A to D1 and back to A1. So these points are forming the outer borders, and our outer borders are always visible. Now when you see from the top, we have to see which face is nearer to you, whether the top face or the bottom face. The bottom face is called as base, the top face is called as the face. So if the observer is here, this is nearer to the observer. So the nearer to the observer face will be always visible. It means that this all sides what you have made visible. Okay, so like this you have made it visible. So these lines are marked as visible first. So visible lines are represented as thick line. So this we have done. So further this face will be visible to the observer. So the face is containing A, B, C, D. So A, B, C, D is here. So B, C, C, D, D, A are already marked visible as a part of outer borders. AB is remaining. So AB has to be marked as visible. So go to select this AB and make it visible. Mark it as visible. And the other face which is away from the observer will be invisible. But this face is consisting of A1, B1, C1, D1. Out of this face, A1, B1, C1 and A1, D1 are forming the outer borders. So they are visible. So remaining is C1 and D1. So C1, D1 is invisible. So that you have to mark it as invisible, and invisible line is marked as dashed line. So this line you have to select dashed line, and the thickness of the dashed line you can make it as 0.4 only, and you can represent the invisible edge in this way. This line is called dashed line and it is representing a hidden edge C dash T dash. Now you are having the connection from O1 to O, and this is that line, this is the axis which will be represented as this chain type line like this. So this is the axis O1 which is represented as hidden line, the axial line of type of chain type. So further what they are saying that the third stage, okay, so for the third stage the input is the edge on which the prism is resting is inclined to VP at 30 degrees. So the resting edge here is C1 D1. Here you can see the resting edge on HP C1 D1. So this C1 D1 what we have shown is here, that is hidden. That we have to place it on the line which is making 30 degrees to VP. So first we'll take one line from here, okay, and this line will have an inclination of 30 degrees with respect to XY. So this is the inclination 30 degrees. The same square pyramid, the square prism top view of the second stage, you will be copying it. Select all the lines and you copy it from here. So go to move option. Before moving you make it copy on. Move it from this point. Place this point on this line. Right click. Go to rotate. rotate from this point to this point this way, like this. So the 30 rotation angle should get it. So like this. Before rotating, you please make the mirror off or the copy off. Make the copy off there, and you have got the same copy what you are here. Make sure that this is not going to touch XY line, it should be below XY line. So if it is touching there, so again you select the entire thing here like this. Just don't select this angle, make this as a rigid set, and you can move this wherever you want like this. So you are moved till here. So now there is a sufficient distance between XY and the object. Now you have rotated this over here to make this resting edge having an inclination of 30 degrees, which is given. Now again you can start naming. So this point as A1, this point as B1, this would be C1, and this would be D1. So C1, D1 is a resting edge having an inclination of 30 degrees to HP. So again you can have these namings here, A, then you have B here, then you have C here, you have D here, and again you can have this O point here, then you can have this O1 here. So this is the top view what you have got when the square prism having 30 mm side and 55 mm axis length resting on HP with one of its edge, and the edge on which it is resting having an inclination of 30 degrees to VP. So this you have drawn. Now again you have to project this to get the front view. So again start with the projections. I will always start with the A point, A2 till this A point here, A2, A projector to A dash projector. Then from B, so from this B till here, like B. Then from C, you have C here, like this. You have projector from C. Then from D, you have projector till here. Then you have O from here, and O is here. You connect this O. Then you have got A1 here, A1 till this A1 here, like this, A1. Then you have B1 here till here it is B1. Then you have C1 here, C1 it is on XY till here. Then you have got T1 here, D1 from here until here you have got. So if you are having difficulty, first have the angle 90 set there, and then you can take it till here. Then you have O1 from here, O1 is here, so you can get again the angle 90 there till here, and you can connect it back to O1. So further what you have to do is you have to name these points again. So again to name these points you can go here. Now you have this A from here, A, so this would be A dash. Then you have B from here, this would be B dash. Then you have C from here, this would be C dash. Then from here it is D dash, then here it is O dash. Then further we have got A1 from here, so this would be A1 dash. Then B1 we have here, so this would be B1 dash. Then C1 we have from here, so this would be C1 dash, and this would be D1 dash. So now we are connecting all these points. So we had also missed the 1 dash. Now we are going to connect this point again with the procedure. First, all the outer points which will be forming the outer borders, that you have to connect it. So connect the outer borders with visible line, that is 0.4 mm. So this A to B1 to C1, then this D1, then D, B, dash and this A dash. So these points are forming the outer borders. Then again you have to apply the rule by standing here. Okay, from standing here, which face is nearer to you for the observer, whether ABCD is nearer to you or A1, B1, C1, D1 nearer to you. So if I am here, okay, if I am standing here, so this A1, B1, C1, sorry, this ABCD is nearer to me. So the ABCD will be visible here. So the edges of ABCD will be visible. So from A to C is visible and C to D is also visible. Then from other side, okay, so this A1, B1, C1, D1 will be invisible, but this B1, C1, C1, D1 are forming the outer borders, and outer borders are always visible. Only this D1, A1 and A1, B1 will be invisible. So to make invisible, you will be having this type of line, and the thickness of would be 0.4. So we'll be connecting this A point, okay, so A point from here, A to this B1 and from A to this D1. Now you have connected this, and this A1 dash is the invisible point. Further, the remaining edges you have to mark it. So the edge passing from this hidden point should be hidden. So A1, the edge will be passing from this A1 will be the edge passing through. Sorry, there is a mistake in the naming what we have done. So we had this as A, this as B. So okay, we'll change it. So this would be A and this would be B point. So this is A and this is B. So similarly this would be B dash and this would be A dash. So just excuse me. So this is the thing. Now you have got A1 dash to A dash. So the edge passing from the hidden points will be hidden. So again go to line from A1 dash to A dash will be invisible. And this other edge which is there, that would be visible. So other edge would be marked as visible, that is C dash to C1 dash will be marked visible, and the remaining is the axis. Okay, so to mark the axis we have the axis line with thickness 0.05 from this point till this point, which is the axis. So axis also we have shown, and this gives you the complete solution for the problem. So XY line I had not made it 0.15, so I'll make it 0.15 and enter, and we can check all the dimensions. The square prism of 30 side we have shown, 55 axis length we have shown. The resting on HP with one of its edges, the resting edge will be shown on the right side for the solids. Draw the projections of the prism when axis is inclined to 45 degrees, axis is inclined to 45 degrees here, and the edge on which the prism rests is inclined to 30 degrees to VP. So all the things we have shown here. So only thing is that you have to remember which is the resting edge, what is the inclination of axis with respect to HP, and whether the edge is inclined to VP or the axis is inclined to VP. So in this problem, the edge on which the prism is resting is inclined to VP. In some of the cases, you will be having axis inclined to VP. So that time you have to give that inclination to the axis instead of edge. So hope you have understood the things. So some mistakes have been were committed, those have been rectified. So any mistakes, you can have the corrections there and you can learn the things. Thank you.